Claire, how do you feel about home ownership? You and Justin have owned a townhome in Hawaii. You purchased a home in Atlanta, sight unseen, had never even seen it, and moved into it. How do you feel about being a homeowner?
I love it. I love the freedom that comes with it. I think my only issue with it is that, we went from having a townhome with maybe a 10 by 10 backyard that we had to take care of, and now we have half an acre that was totally just not taken care of for the past who knows how many years, probably 5 years or so. So everything's overgrown. There's a lot to do, but I'm so grateful that we have this piece of property, and there's plenty of time to work on it. And I have amazing neighbors that have been helping us, and
totally.
Yeah.
And a dad who's willing to drive a Bobcat and smooth
Yes.
out the yard. We're going to do that
Yes.
sometime soon. Okay, Kyla, how do you feel about home ownership? I know you don't own a home, but how do you feel about home ownership?
It honestly still feels like such a far-fetched, attainable dream for me, because everyone I'm around every day, we are just in debt, paying for student loan, paying for tuition, paying for this, that, and the other. And so people who are a little bit older than me in my class, they still don't even own a home. Half of them do. And so it's something that not really my crowd talks about as much, because we're still on the come up. And so we need to wait until we're actually getting those first paychecks to even, get a loan approved to get a mortgage, buy a house and stuff. So it kind of feels like a far away dream for me, but I'm excited to get closer to that point, because renting is not, I wish I didn't have to rent. I could tell there's a lot of money that's just being flushed down the drain, with
sounds to me like that is a check in the box of I want to be a homeowner someday. And my question for you, Stacy, I want to pick up from the last segment is, how do you feel about home ownership? It was obviously important to you. You bought a house just recently.
Yeah, that's a good question, because I feel like I had such a journey with it. I came out super eager, especially with both my parents being in the real estate business, super eager to buy at a young age, just to kind of, get that step ahead. And then life humbles you really quick, and circumstances change, and money's hard to save, and all that good stuff. So now coming out on the other side of it, I feel like it's such a big topic, but it's a great confidence boost in a lot of ways. Yes.
And guys, I have to brag just a little bit. Stacy bought her first home when she had yet to turn 24. So that is so very exciting, and I just absolutely love that. Okay, McCall, how do you feel about home ownership? And no, I will not give you my house. I've told you before, you cannot have no, I'm just kidding. How do you feel about home ownership?
Well, obviously I'm not thinking too seriously into it right now.
Yes.
Obviously I would love to be like Stacy and be able to buy something, even if it's not like a house, because that's a little bit unreasonable right now, or just in a few years too. But yeah, I would love to. I feel like a lot of people in my generation, just even with all the social media, I always see this one TikTok, and it's making fun of how people in the 1970s bought a house for 4 raspberries, and now they're selling it for $2 million, and no one can find anything. I feel like for a cheap or a good decent amount these days. That's how I think my generation kind of looks at it.
That's such an interesting thing, and I hate that your generation would look at it as unattainable. And I hope that some things happen over the upcoming years that make it much more of a possibility for you. And you're not too far off. In 1979, my parents paid $117,000 for a home that today is probably worth $625,000 or $630,000. So that is raspberries to millions, absolutely, positively, for sure.